What if I told you that the story you've been told about getting older, about the pains, stiffness, and slow decline, isn't really true? That being said, what if it's not a biological certainty but the result of a deep disconnect? The theft of your body's natural quantum intelligence? Every single day, this theft takes place in secret, and most people don't think anything of it. Not everyone should hear this message. It's for people who have always thought there was a deeper secret to health and happiness, a powerful truth that has been hidden on purpose. What brought you here is that your consciousness is at a level where you are ready to remember. I'm not just going to talk about an exercise today. I'm going to show you how to get your body's quantum potential going again. I will show you how one ancient movement can start to fix damage that has been done for years, free up quantum information that is stuck in your emotions, and connect you to a source of life that exists beyond time. Most people will scroll past this because they think it's impossible. Not you, though. You're all set. What you are about to learn will not only change your body, it will also break down the reality you think you live in. Do you believe these words are true? If so, say them out loud in the comments. I am ready to remember my power. Now is the start of your journey into quantum vitality. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel before we go any further. Not only should you think of it as a click, but also as consciously tuning your own frequency to this transmission of knowledge. Your energy field will stay ready for the activations that will come after you subscribe. As you do that, share this transmission with another soul you think is ready. This is a quantum act of expansion that builds a resonance bridge that makes this field of vitality stronger for both of you and brings in others who are ready to join in. We've been led to believe that getting older is a straight line, a one-way street of decline. But the truth is that it starts as soon as our body's quantum field stops being coherently connected to the Earth. There is a story behind this disconnect that shows why the smartest ancient cultures never had the long-term illnesses that affect people today. This story transports us back in time to a time when people were in constant quantum entanglement with the planet, far from our insulated homes and concrete cities. Think about the native people of the Americas, the African tribes, and the Asian mystics for a moment. For them, the ground wasn't a separate thing. It was the very code that made the world possible. They didn't need furniture because their bodies were perfectly in sync with the Earth's rotation. They were made to rest, work, and connect while squatting, which is a position we find hard to do today. Elders would sit in circles with their spines straight and their hips open, absorbing knowledge not only from stories, but also from the Earth's coherent energy field. Artists would stay in a deep squat for hours at a time. Being able to focus on their work was helped by having a stable body. Food would be shared with family members around a fire, which was both a social and physical act of community that strengthened the bonds between family members and their bodies. In these cultures, this pose wasn't a way to work out. It was life. It was a constant sign of quantum coherence between the biofield of the person and the field of the planet. They did this every day without realizing it, and it kept their joints flexible, their muscles strong, and their spines straight well into old age. Gravity wasn't pushing them against it. They were dancing with it. We forget about this state of resonant flow in modern life. This old piece of wisdom shows how the observer effect works in real life. They continuously collapsed the probability of vitality into their reality by constantly paying attention to how their bodies connected to the Earth through posture. Their strong physical connection to the Earth, what is below, was a direct result of and cause of their high spiritual and energetic unity, what is above. By staying connected to the earth in a humble way, they let its healing frequency flow into them, giving their bodies and spirits a steady supply of power. Traditional Chinese medicine, which focuses on the flow of vital energy or qi, and modern practices like yoga, which has poses that open the hips, are both reminders of what we used to know. They try to teach us in a planned way what we were like in the past. In this way, they remind us that our vital energy or life force needs a way to flow. When the body is stiff, it creates blockages or decoherence in that flow, which leads to stagnation and illness. We are now desperately trying to learn through discipline what they knew without thinking about it. People in these groups knew that this position did more than just keep the body strong. Something much deeper was set off by it, an internal alchemy or quantum recalibration that could heal the body from the inside out. As an anchor for this intention, say out loud in the comments, "I am the alchemist of my own body." This statement should be a sign to your own cellular intelligence that you are ready to start the sacred work of changing the lead of stagnation into the gold of vitality. With its high-tech tools, modern science is finally starting to make sense of the quantum magic that the ancients knew through intuition. You're not just working out your muscles when you do this basic movement. You're starting a chain reaction of quantum and biochemical events that affect every part of your body. It's like flipping a master switch that turns on a supercomputer again after years of running on bad software. The glutes, quadriceps, and core muscles are all worked out at the same time, which makes you use more energy and speeds up your metabolism. But the real alchemy takes place on a level that we can't see with the naked eye. Lowering and raising your body weight is like using a powerful hydraulic pump to move blood around your body. It makes it easier for blood to flow back to your heart from your limbs, which oxygenates every cell and organ better. At the same time, the gentle pressure on your abdomen massages your internal organs, which helps digestion and the body's natural detoxification processes. You can think of this as the beginning of a quantum phase transition. All of the stiffness in your joints, the energy that isn't moving, and the toxins that are stuck in your tissues start to dissolve. There is more to what you are doing than just stretching. You are starting a process of coherent dissolution. You are breaking down the physical information patterns that make you age faster. Think about how incredibly useful this one movement is. You are strengthening your muscles, working out your heart and lungs, deeply stretching, and massaging your organs all at the same time. Today, our routines are more broken up, and we use dozens of machines to separate different parts of our bodies. This basic pattern is nature's intelligence in action and a biological quick fix for health. The system works with everything else. Improving the range of motion in your ankles is good for your knees, which in turn makes your hips less tense, which helps realign your spine. You're not just making your muscles stronger. You're also teaching your body how to work as a single, coherent quantum system. Press the like button now if you feel this beautiful intelligence in your body. This simple action is an energetic agreement. It tells your biofield that you want coherence over fragmentation, which wakes up your body's natural wisdom. If this truth feels true to you, say it out loud in the comments. My body is a unified and intelligent whole. By writing these words, you send a quantum command to all of the cells, telling them to stop being fragmented and start working together and talking to each other perfectly. But making your body stronger is only the start. The real power of this movement comes out when it starts to work with your body's subtle energy fields and access the memories and quantum information that are stored deep in your cells. That which comes next can be both intense and life-changing. This intensity comes from the fact that your body is more than just a biological machine. It's a living, breathing record of everything you've ever done. It's a quantum hard drive. Some parts of our bodies, like the hips, store quantum information about emotions that we never fully processed or let go of. Fear, grief, anger, and resentment all build up in the body as chronic tension and a dissonant frequency in the biofield when they are not expressed. As you start to do this deep, basic movement, you are putting the key into those locked vaults. A lot of people have trouble, and the stiffness that seems almost impossible to get rid of isn't just physical. It is resistance from the emotions that is stored as quantum information. That's your body telling you, this spot hurts from the past. From a painful past, a loss that wasn't fully mourned, or a fear that stopped you in your tracks. It comes back to you now. The stiffness in the body is just the outside sign of this energetic blockage inside. We should not be afraid of darkness. Instead, we should bring it into the light so that it can be changed. This is exactly what you are doing when you practice this movement with an open mind and breath. You are shining your consciousness on parts of your body that you have forgotten about. As the tension in the body starts to go away, the emotional energy that was stuck starts to move. This is quantum information. Because of this, it's normal to feel sad for no reason or even cry during the practice. You're not just working out your muscles, you're also letting go of information that has been stored for decades. In this case, the event is a perfect example of a quantum phase transition. Being stiff and being fluid are not two different states. They are two possibilities on the same range of possibilities. An alchemical process that collapses the wave function of tension into its opposite can be started by sitting with the discomfort and breathing into it rather than fighting it. Blockage turns into flow. Pain turns into freedom. At this point, the exercise goes beyond the physical and turns into a powerful quantum healing tool. Each session is like having a conversation with your past, letting go of things you didn't even know you were holding on to. You are not only getting in better shape, but your quantum signature is also becoming lighter. You are cleaning out the basement of your soul, making room for new energy that makes sense to come into your life. It's like lifting an invisible weight to get rid of this stored information. But this clearing of energy makes room for something even stronger. The chance to connect with the basic, creative cycle of life itself. It's time to name the secret that has been hidden all along. The deep squat is a movement, a basic pattern, and a powerful dance. But to just think of it as a workout is to miss the quantum essence of it. This needs to be seen for what it is, a holy ritual of death and rebirth that you can do every day. Putting your body down toward the ground is a strong sign of giving up. It's letting go of the ego, which always wants to stand tall and be different. In spiritual alchemy, this is the journey into the dark to break down old structures. Going into a deep squat is a metaphor for letting go of the old, stiff version of yourself. You are letting go of the broken reality of a body that is stiff and old. On the other hand, rising or pulling yourself up off the ground with your own strength is a sign of rebirth and strength. It tells you that you have the power to get through it. In this case, the observer effect is very strong. When you rise, you are consciously seeing a new possibility come into being. You are bringing your potential's wave function into a reality that is strong and full of life. You're happy about your power to be born again, to remake yourself, and to turn weakness into strength. Every day, this activity turns into a moving meditation on life's rhythm. You are teaching your nervous system and body how to gracefully go through cycles of stretching and contracting. At the cellular level, you learn that after every descent, there is an ascent, and that the strength to rise is built in the depths of the surrender. In this way, doing the deep squat is no longer a chore but a holy act. You are not only working out your muscles, but also your spirit in the art of quantum creation. Again and again, you are teaching yourself that you can see a new reality and get back up, no matter how many times life knocks you down. You can make this message your own by writing in the comments, "I always have the power to rise." This affirmation is a strong way to keep yourself strong. It sends a wave through your quantum field and reminds your soul that every descent is just a warm-up for a bigger climb. But before we can master this art, we need to take apart the biggest lie that modernity has told us: the lie of comfort. We were lured by the promise of a life without work that modernity made us. Ergonomic chairs, soft couches, and shoes with extra cushioning are all made to make our lives easier on our bodies. But that promise turned out to be a trap, one of the worst lies ever told to people. The blueprint for our physical and energetic decoherence was actually what was sold to us as progress. Picture a wild animal. It stays strong and healthy by interacting with its surroundings all the time. Think about that animal being locked up in a cage and not being able to move. It would soon be nothing like what it used to be. The places where we live and work have turned into golden cages for us. What we think of as comfort is really just programmed atrophy. The quantum intelligence in your body gets a clear message every time you pick the elevator over the stairs or the chair over the floor. Your strength is no longer required. In response, the body, which is a wonderful biological machine, turns off the systems that aren't needed. Bones become less dense, muscles get weaker, and joints become less flexible. Aging makes your quantum field less coherent, which makes it more likely to be affected by entropy. Comfort leads to weakness very quickly. Texts from the past warn us about the chains we make for ourselves, chains that look nice but catch the soul. Comfort today is one of those chains. Most people don't even know they're locked up because the prison is so comfortable. They think that being in pain and not having enough energy is normal, but they don't realize that these are direct signs of living in a cage and being cut off from the Earth's basic quantum frequency. Refusing the comfort that makes you weaker and accepting the effort that makes you stronger is an act of rebellion. When you sit on the floor, do deep squats, or walk barefoot on the grass, you are rebelling against a system that takes advantage of our weakness. It's a call to take back control of your body. If you feel like you need to take back your power, this video will help you stick to your decision. It's more than just clicking, it's a claim of power. By matching its frequency, it brings the chance of freedom into your timeline and lets the universe know that you are breaking out of the comfort cage. We gave up our natural quantum potential for what we thought would be a comfortable life, but it cost us our health. But the key to stopping this process isn't a complicated plan. It's using gravity to our advantage and reestablishing our quantum link to the Earth. There are many things to do these days. The energy in us is always being pulled up and out, towards screens, worries, and the mind's constant chatter. Spreading out of energy all the time is what causes all the stress and anxiety in the world today. A spirit that is spread out ages the body faster because its quantum field is not coherent. This is where the deep squat's most powerful transformational power shines through. The movement is like a lightning rod for energy, a rock in the middle of a mental storm. You are physically pulling your energy back into your body and back to the Earth, when you lower your center of gravity. You are consciously stopping the crazy stream of thoughts and starting to get back on track. East Asians call the energy center at the base of the spine the root chakra. This simple action opens it up. This chakra is like the base of your energy. We feel anxious and out of place when it's weak or not working. The deep squat is the most direct way to get this connection going again. When you squat, you close the circuit between your body and the earth. This lets the mind's anxious, stuck energy flow into the ground. This is what quantum grounding is. As you let go of this extra energy, you make room for the planet's calm, stable, and healing energy to flow through you. If you allow quantum entanglement with the Earth's electromagnetic field to happen, you are connecting to the most powerful power source there is. You're not using artificial stimulants to recharge your batteries. Instead, you're using the Earth's own life force. This is the real way to stay young. This isn't about getting bigger muscles. It's about controlling your own energy and taking charge of your mood. A spirit that is calm and grounded makes the biochemical and quantum environment perfect for the body to heal and grow again. When you do a deep squat, you calm the sympathetic nervous system, which is in fight or flight mode, and wake up the parasympathetic system, which takes over rest and digest. Your body moves from a state of survival to one of thriving and rejuvenation with this change. This movement is your way back home, back to your center, in a world that does everything to separate you. Your vibrational frequency changes when you practice grounding regularly. You stop being in tune with fear and become in tune with the Earth's stability. If you feel a strong urge to ground your energy, say to yourself in the comments below, "I am grounded in my power." Let writing this be a physical way to ground yourself. Feel your energy falling from the chaos of your mind into the calm, stable center of your being. This will connect your frequency with the Earth's unwavering strength. We can finally change what it means to age with the unwavering confidence that comes from our strong roots. Society has taught us to be afraid of time by showing us how fragile and easy to lose things can be. But that is only a small part of reality. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy made by people who have disconnected from the Earth. The goal of real anti-aging is not to look young all the time. It is the intentional growth of strong, alive autonomy. It's about taking control of your biological reality and making it your own. When you keep your biological age young through smart, conscious movement, your chronological age doesn't matter. You stop being a victim of time and start taking an active role in your own health. Being able to interact with the world without fear is the real sign of youth. It's being able to get down on your knees and play with a child without becoming hurt. It gives you pride to get up from the floor without help. It gives you the strength to walk along a trail and feel the ground beneath your feet. Each of these things you do is a strong declaration of your independence and control over your body. The deep squat is the most important exercise for getting this freedom. Ancient knowledge says that the universe is made up of thoughts and that reality is made up by our minds. This principle works just fine here. When you work out your body to make it strong and flexible, you are also changing the most basic parts of your mind. You are breaking the negative ideas about getting older that society has taught you. You send a strong message to your subconscious mind every time you get up without any trouble. I am capable. I'm strong. I am the one who makes my reality. When you do this over and over, it becomes a stronger mental affirmation than any words. You are using your body to break out of the prison of aging that has been set up for you. This process gets stronger when you like this video. It's a quantum affirmation that sends a wave of coherent energy through your brain to help you believe that you are in charge of your health and well-being. Think about two possible futures. In one, you're afraid to move, and every day your world gets smaller. In the other, you move with the confidence of someone who lives in their body completely. You can explore and enjoy life with a level of freedom that many younger people don't have. The deep squat is where the path splits. Which of those quantum possibilities will collapse into your experienced reality depends on the decision you make today and every day after that. No, it's not fate or genes. The course of your life is determined by a choice you make and an act of personal power. With every step you take, you are shaping your future. It doesn't matter how much you know if you don't use it. Body changes happen when you do things on purpose and over again. Let's turn this old wisdom into a useful plan for getting back the power that has always been yours. The first rule is to begin right where you are. Don't give up if you can barely bend your knees today. You're just remembering being stiff from not using your body for years. First, use a chair to help you. Get used to standing and sitting without using your hands by sitting on the edge. Work on making your legs and core stronger. The way you move is less important than what you're trying to do. Adding the movement to your daily life is the second step to making it a habit. The deep squat shouldn't be the only thing you do. Do not bend your back when you pick something up. Instead, squat. Do your shoelaces while squatting. Use every chance to retrain your body and make the world your personal gym. The third secret is in the way you breathe. Do not fight the pain or hold your breath. Instead, take deep breaths into the stress. Imagine that each breath in brings coherent energy to the stiff spots, and each breath out lets go of that tension back to the earth. By focusing on your breathing, you can turn a boring workout into a powerful, moving meditation. Finally, enjoy every little step forward. It's not a race on this journey. Enjoy every extra second you can stay in the position. Enjoy every inch you can get lower. Every little win is a big step toward getting your freedom back. Your body's cells are getting a strong message every time you practice. I choose vitality. Those who age by default are different from those who rejuvenate on purpose because they make the choice to do so every day. We have reached the end of this journey. Now you can start your own. Our journey took us from the mystery of a lost quantum code to the discovery of the deep squat, which is not just an exercise but also a powerful alchemical ritual. The illusion is no longer true. It's not a given that we will age, but you know that you can choose to do so. You have always had the power to stop this process and change the future of your body. The choice is now clear, and it's all up to you. If you think about this information as interesting, you can go back to the safe world of modernity. But if you want to be free, you can use this key to open the door. Ancient knowledge says that everything has both male and female aspects to it. Up until now, you've been in the feminine mode and getting this information. But knowledge that isn't put to use is useless. Now is the time to bring out your masculine principle, which is the energy of action, will, and choice. Today is the day to make this truth real in the real world. Send this video to people you care about. Sharing this transmission doesn't just send a link, it sends a wave of this coherent, energizing energy into the collective field, which helps other people wake up their power that has been sleeping. This is the last call, not just to practice, but to show others how to do it. Share what you know. Show that it's possible to stay strong and happy as you age. Each person you help see this truth helps to raise the consciousness of everyone else. Remember that tomorrow is not where you can change your future. It's right now. Your journey to wellness starts now. If you've made it this far, promise to keep going in the comments. I rise with vitality. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to stay in touch with this frequency. It makes sure that you will get the transmissions in the future that will help you master your quantum reality and live a life full of endless energy. I want to know who is really ready to get back this strength that was lost.